yesterday. Ooh, 'cause we're worlds apart, but just the same. Step up and watch it break down. You really want it? Wanna make a scene? Show me what you mean. Let's get it started. Let me see what you got. Can you pick it up a notch? Don't think you got it. Can't handle the pressure yet. Oh, stop talking about it. Gotta make this count. Let's go. Are you ready? Are you ready for me? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to say?
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, my name is CAW. Follow me today to do that little thing known as the analysis that I did for the Allosaurus Ferox / Allosaurus Atrox that I reckon I found. And basically, this is what it. So basically, it's the introduction. You can stop and pause and read that if you want. These are the specimens I used, and what I did is that instead of using these pictures here from paleofile.com, I decided to use some reconstruction. So I used this specimen as a reference specimen to get. So what I did is I took the material from that, overlaid it at the top of that in a proper position, and boom, I got that specimen. Now I did it for all these specimens, and here is the specimen, the outlier in my opinion, and obviously I've got some square bars there and stuff. And then these are some of the measurements that I took. You can pause that if you want as well. Then what I did was I put some graphs together. And you can pause these if you want. These are the graphs I got together. There is a mistake here. I did label nasal wrong. What I meant was nostril. I'll show you in a bit. Here we go. Nasal. I meant to put nostril instead of nasal. So yeah. Oops. Then I put all those measurements on the graph there. You can see, and you can see a bit of variation. Then what I did is I took the sample that I had and took all the means of each factor that I measured. And then what I did is I put those measurements. So I got the mean, obviously. Well, what I did. So what I got is I got the mean of each of those measures. So skull length on this particular specimen, and then I compared it to the actual length. And as you can see, there's a 3% difference. Blah 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 blah. I didn't use them kind of measurements there. As you can see there, I used just -12. So I found the average of that specimen. There you go. Blah blah blah. I did it for the same with that one. Average of that one. I found the average of that one. Of that one. Of that one. Of that one. Then I found this one. Now, it could be wrong. I mean, this is the best method that I used, but obviously it's going to be wrong because I'm using 8 specimens, not like... Well, I think I'm using 9, actually, sorry. 9 specimens. So then, I also did that, and then obviously I took the samples, and what I did is I used a boundary. So I found the average, and I looked at which ones were either below that or above it. So if it was above it, it was the minimum. Well, if it was below it, it was the minimum. So I took the ones that were minimum and did that, obviously. Then I took the maximum ones, did that, obviously. Then boom, there's your result. And as I put here, blah blah blah. So this is what I do in my spare time at school. I just do research, and I test some calculations and stuff like that. So that is why I believe that this one is an outlier. Because if you look back at that percentage boundary there. So if you look there, so the boundary is from 4.82 to -3.5, and that specimen lies outside the boundary. You can see there, 5. So it's a bit above this one. So I believe it's a separate taxon. I believe it's a separate species. So that's why I believe that this specimen here represents an Allosaurus, either Ferox or Atrox, depending on the classification, depending on who wants to classify it. So basically, that's how I did it. If you guys think that's a good idea, then kudos to you. If you don't, please tell me, because I really want to do like principal component analysis, but I have no idea how to do that. I've like looked at videos all over the internet. I've read stuff. I don't freaking understand it. So, but if you agree with this like stuff, I just put the graphs on there to show that there is variation, you know, in a set population. Obviously, there's going to be variation in the population, but this could show that Allosaurus Fragilis was definitely a varied species. It was definitely varied from individual to individual. But with the reconstructions that I used, it shows that there is quite a bit of variation. And it also shows that maybe the males, which are these short-skulled ones, and then these long-skulled ones, which they have larger crests, which is weird. So that could be sexually dimorphic. So you could see that as a bit of sexual dimorphism, which is quite cool. But yeah, if you think that's a good way, then thanks. If you think it's crap, please tell me why. If you believe that that specimen is a different Allosaurus species, then if you agree, yes, tell me why. If you don't agree, tell me why. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you later. Bye bye.